Hello, YouTube. It's still fairly early in the morning. It's like 7:30ish already, but the sun's up, so I'm up. I'm kind of a sun creature, you know. When the sun comes up, I can't sleep. There's my little cowlick sticking back up again. I'm smoking one of, this is one of the first pipes that Paul made me, Paul Menard. It's a little brandy. And it's just perfect. I love it. And I smoke it all the time because as much as I've clinched it, and I do clinch it a lot, the stem is still perfect. And it's so lightweight. Plus, it puts that smoke down there where I can light it easy. And in it, I am smoking some old, from '07. I inhaled when I was talking. Sorry. I hate it when that happens, don't you? Anyway, from '07, and it was just something, it was time to open. It's the last can I have of it, too. I love this stuff. This was like, it was for years my favorite, and I had put up quite a bit of it, but over the years, you know, we're talking about 10 years ago, over the years, if you just open one or two a year, you run out of your stash, and so I did. And this was the last can of my stash, and Luis was over the other night, and so he and I went through a couple of cans, and we opened this one. I offered to let him have any he wanted. I think he took, I hope he took one. I never know. He's so generous, and I'm generous, and so we never know who gets what from each other. We're always sharing because it's nice to have someone close here to share with. Kevin smokes some pipe, but he's really not a big pipe smoker. So, you know, me opening a tin of tobacco, I end up cellaring a lot of it. And what I might do when I go to Texas is just take jars with me. You know, I got cases of little jars of tobacco that are all aged. Most of them were aged even before I opened them. And then after I opened them, I went ahead and cellared them because you can't recellar something in the containers. But with me, I am going to take to Texas, I'm going to take some 10-year-old rat trays. Oh, I'm taking just tons of it. And a friend of mine said, well, why are you taking them? You know, they're old. Why are you taking them? Well, and this one is from '08 because, I don't know if you can see, but they're all puffy and they're at their best. If we go much longer on these, they're not going to get any better. And I want to share some of the old cellared stuff. So as you're buying the new stuff, you can compare. Oh, and we opened up this one too. You can compare, you know, I'm bringing baggies with me too, so that everybody can take a little bit of the tobacco with them when they go. So, like I say, as you buy it new, you can compare with the old. I tried to light my lighter. It's just been gotta remember, I'm moving. And I'd like to say I'm just sitting here in a big empty house, but that ain't true. This house, after a month, this house is never going to be ready to get done. It's just so much to move. When you're moving from 5,000 square feet down to 1,700, the new place is just stacked with boxes. I mean, you can't get through. And then we put the furniture in, and now you really can't get through. So, but once I get over there, I'll unpack some of that into the furniture, and that will help. But some of it I'm not sure if I'm going to unpack yet. We are still, we won't know yet for probably, Kevin's got a contract in Colorado that doesn't come up to bid, I guess, for a few more months. Once it comes up to bid, he's one of the key players. He's a chemist. And so he would be going out there as a contractor for the EPA, but it will be a brand new 6 or 7 year contract. The contract he's on here is up in about 8 months. So with any luck at all, the new contract will come up before the old contract expires. Now, what usually happens is, if the company he's working for now doesn't get the contract, whatever company that does go into that does get the contract usually hires on, especially senior chemists and stuff like that, which he is. And he's been, you know, in that position now for 23, 25 years. So, he's a valuable player. In Colorado, he's one of the key players, which means he would go in as up into management. And that would be kind of a nice thing. It's going to be in Coral Rock. No, Castle Rock, Colorado, which the cost of living up there is a lot higher and everything. So we don't know yet, but we're hoping to get the contract just so that we have a guarantee of him having a job for another 8 years instead of 8 months. But like I say, we're going to, that's neither here nor there. Okay, so we're meeting in Georgetown, but that's not far from Austin. And so Saturday, some friends are going to come out and meet us all at Georgetown. Not a lot of friends, just a few people, because Danny's coming in Saturday and he's going to be kind of tired. But Sunday, that's where I need your help. Sunday, I know that there's pipe shops and tobacco shops there in Austin, but I haven't had a chance to do the I'm just getting to Texas. I'm not worried about what happens when I get there. And usually I have everything planned out. I mean, usually, almost, by the hours I've got things planned. But this time I'm going down with nothing on my plate except getting there. And that's going to be kind of an unusual thing for me because it's hard for me to give up control. And so I'm kind of giving up control on this. But Sunday, what I'd like to know is what shops are open and where we might meet up with some of you at. That way we can come to you guys. We can come to Austin. I know that there's an Austin Pipe Club, but this all came up so fast and I wasn't able to get a hold of people and let them know that we're coming. I'm going to go after everybody leaves. When they leave from Austin Monday, I'm down there for another week and a half. And so I'm going to go see a couple people. And I just can't wait to... I've been in touch with Stephanie, and Wes got a hold of me, and I need to get back in touch with Wes so that I can give him a timetable too, but I don't really have a timetable. I'm hoping that, like I say, that enough of you up there in Austin want to come meet us at one of the pipe shops, and you'll let me know which one to be at and what time. And that would be great, because then, we can... load up Danny, we can run into Austin, maybe see a few things, see a few pipe shops. It'd be great to meet up a couple of times with a couple pipers. So, and that's what this is about. It's about going to Texas, seeing some pipers that Danny Shore has not met before, but who has contacted. Danny Shore for years. Some of you know him, some of you don't. But he was one of the key YouTube people for years. I mean, I was a lurker for 5 years before I even became onto YouTube. And I mean, but then you got to realize I fell in love with Danny years ago. My love with Danny is a 10-year-old kind of love ship. So there's a difference between watching somebody for 10 years and knowing them, and which is nothing at all about this. You know how me, I go off focus all the time. I haven't had enough caffeine and nicotine yet to get my mind in one row of thought. There's just so much to do. Along with smoking one of Paul's little pipes, I have another one I've been working on this morning too. I've been working on one of Brandon's, and in it was the 965. And then, of course, there's another pipe here. You know me, I start my day with 3 pipes. And this one I've been smoking on already this morning. And it had some of that, some of Steve Book's Ancient Imperial in it. And I might bring some of Steve's tobaccos with me. I have cellared his for a while, but he passed away a couple years ago. So it's probably time to bring those out and share them and let his little bit of a legacy live on. He was one of the last master blenders here in the United States. His daughter's a master blender, but there's a difference. He learned from some of the greats and some of the great houses. And if you ever look him up on the internet, it'll give you a better story about him than I can. Well, I can give you stories about him, but they aren't the kind that's on the internet. He was going to be my next husband. He looked and smelled, and he was just tobacco. He was just a big old human tobacco leaf That's all he was. He was a wonderful guy. But anyway, he passed away, and now Pope passed away, and we're dealing with Danny, maybe losing Danny pretty soon. And I hate this thought that we're all going to be going away, but who's next? I don't know if I can cut that part out of the video or not. I hate to be a downer. Isn't it terrible? Anyway, so let's go back to what was fun. I want to meet some pipers, and I promise every piper I meet is going to be happy that they met me. Taking a bunch of pipes down, taking a bunch of tobacco down. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I got some special surprises for some people that I'm running into, which is going to be really. Keep an eye on this channel or on their channels. You won't ever know who it was, will you? But it will be nice to get down there, and I'm rambling on. Sorry I'm rambling on. Today is a happy, joyful day. I'm going to get some more stuff over to the other house. We have some friends coming over. We play dominoes on Sundays, and this will be the first time at the new house we're going to play dominoes. They're going to sit on boxes, and we're going to put a bunch of boxes in the middle to use as a table, just because if you don't start sometime, you just won't ever do it. It's kind of like when you sit down. If you don't have somebody pushing you to get you up, sometimes you don't get up. Happy, joyful. This is a good day. Hope I see everybody in Texas. Like I say, be sure and let me know where you're at, and Oklahoma coming back. I'm staying at Moore, Oklahoma on the way down, but I haven't arranged anywhere that I'm staying on the way back, coming back. And I'll be coming back, anywhere from the 10th through the 15th. So if you have some time, let me know. I can arrange my schedule.